Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag live if you're watching live. Hashtag replay if you're on replay. So, on my private Facebook page, though you would classify me as a fitness and personal trainer coach or whatever the hell it is you want to call me, I don't refer to myself as that more often than not. And don't look at myself as that way. But I am dibbling and dabbling in this space, and I do a lot more than just nutrition. But because I do run a fitness page, a transformation page, this page, and this may show up on my main feed as well, nutrition and fitness is part of it. It is the vehicle to get us where we want to be in life, to become that best version of ourselves. So I've been asked to do some nutritional videos. So I thought, what better way to do that than to dispel some of the myths that exist that I still get questions about day in and day out. And I don't fault the question asker. I fault the people that push the narrative that these myths still exist. Because the ones that I'm covering this week are utter bullshit. So it's a great word, isn't it? Bullshit. I think we all should say bullshit more often. What do you think? Anyways, side note. So this myth is about eating before bed. So, as with anything in life, there is no black and white. It's such a spectrum of everything. You know, on some level, there is a kernel of truth to most conspiracies or most myths or most whatever, okay? There's a kernel of truth to some of it. The fact that we've taken it and we've ran with it and said that if you eat past 7 o'clock, by God, you're going to gain weight. Doesn't matter what you eat. You could eat literally just pure protein, going to gain weight because there's some clock on your body that says, hey, 7 o'clock, storing that shit as fat. Whew, man, the body is just, if that were the case, the body is unwielding and just unmerciful. It doesn't work that way, okay? So if you eat past a certain time is irrelevant from the standpoint of, is there something that just turns on in your body that says, hey, store this because this happened after 7 o'clock? For the most part, I don't really think your body is keeping track of what time it is. Yes, from the standpoint of your circadian rhythm, it knows when it needs to go to bed, it knows when it needs to wake up, etc. But from the standpoint of when it's getting nutrition, I don't think it's looking at it from the standpoint of, hey, gotta store that shit. It doesn't work like that. So, to lose fat, you don't have to stop eating before bed. Now, I'll say this because there are studies that will reflect that it is difficult for you to sleep when you have to process food, okay? So from the sleep end of things, there may be some benefit to cutting your eating schedule off before bed, okay? But when you're someone like me who runs a schedule that is just going as soon as my feet hit the floor, you know, I've got to eat sometimes when I have time to eat. And I like to eat multiple times a day. And sometimes I will eat right before bed. Hey, it just happens, right? So nothing in my body has said, hey, you know, store this stuff as fat because this dude keeps eating before bed. It doesn't work like that, okay? So it's a myth. Now, from a psychological standpoint, there is benefit to this. Because naturally, if you ate between a window, which is what intermittent fasting is, okay? That's what intermittent fasting is. You eat from 11 to 7. You don't eat outside of that window. Well, all that does is shorten the amount of time that you can eat, which then will shorten the amount of opportunity you have to overeat. So there is benefit to that as it relates to, hey, you ate less calories over the course of time. It multiplies itself. Bing, bang, boom, you lose weight, okay? Really simple. But from the standpoint of just the sheer myth itself, the sheer, okay, hey, if you eat past 7 o'clock, you gain weight no matter what the hell happened before or what it is that you ate, is a complete and utter, it's false. It's a farce. So this myth has perpetuated itself, obviously, in a lot of different ways into our life. But I'm not saying that it's bad to say, hey, I'm not going to eat after 6 o'clock, because I think that does have some some efficacy to it. I think it is beneficial, particularly if you find yourself wanting to eat more and more as the night goes on for one reason or another. So I wanted to dive deep into this one because I get this one a lot. There is no internal clock on your body that says, hey, store this shit as fat. Doesn't work that way. Okay, now, again, just to make sure that I preface this, there is benefit to cutting the time off from the psychological standpoint and the physiological standpoint of if you have less time to eat, you will then consume less over the course of time. You will then lose weight. Okay, now, again, your food choices, what you eat during the time that you eat, that matters as well. But just looking at it from the standpoint of calories in and calories out, there is benefit to that. But if you do eat after 9 o'clock, don't shame yourself. Okay? Now, if you had dinner at 7 and all of a sudden you call up, Cheesecake Factory and eat a whole cheesecake at 11 o'clock at night, that presents itself a whole other problem. Again, you can't just generalize one thing. You have to look at the entire story. It is a spectrum. There is no black and white, and it really depends on the person. So, if there's questions, concerns, drop them in the comments section. If there's something you need to talk about with me one-on-one, please DM me. Hope everyone found value in this video. Hashtag value in the comment section. Hope everybody